Hey guys, our summer heat here in Texas seems to last a long time, and throughout those months my kids love to eat popsicles and ice cream. So today we're going to draw and color a creamsicle. A creamsicle is basically a blend of ice cream and a popsicle on a stick, and the most common flavor is oranges and cream, but you can really come up with any flavor like peaches and cream, strawberries and cream, grapes and cream, even kiwis and cream. So as we get our supplies ready for the drawing, I want you to begin to think about what flavor you want your creamsicle to be, because that's going to determine the oil pastel color that you use and choose for your project.
We'll need white paper, a paper towel, an eraser, and this can be just the eraser that's off the tip of your pencil. And you'll also need 2 colored pencils. You'll need a tan color, and then for the second color, you want to choose the color that is the main color of your creamsicle. So if you're doing an orange creamsicle, you can choose an orange colored pencil. If you're doing a grape creamsicle, you could choose a purple, and so on. And then lastly, you will want oil pastels. And so you're gonna need to choose a few colors. The first color being the main color of your creamsicle. In this case, mine's gonna be orange, so I've got this bright orange here. Then you're also going to want a lighter color than your main color. So I've got a light orange here. So those are going to be the 2 colors of my creamsicle. And then you're also going to want a tan color, a brown, along with a white. And you can see I use these whites all the time. I'm down to just these little stubs here. So you can go ahead and set these ones aside, except for the main color of your creamsicle. And we're going to get started by turning our paper any which way. So you can have it vertical like I have here, or you can even turn it horizontal. We're going to put quite a few creamsicles on this paper. So using the main color, find the middle of your paper, and we're going to fill up enough space to draw an entire creamsicle. So begin with what looks like an upside down U, a curved line somewhere in the center of your paper, and you can make it perfectly straight. You can put it kind of on an angle like I have here. And then on the bottom, connect those 2 lines with sort of a little bit of a wavy line. And if your line is extra wavy, it could be like your creamsicle is actually melting in the hot summer sun. Once that shape is done, come up to the top, right in the middle, and then draw a curved line down around toward the side, stopping just at this bottom point, and then you can go ahead and connect those. Inside this main shape, let's draw 2 long ovals. And then come in with your tan color oil pastel, and on the bottom of your creamsicle, draw 2 straight lines kind of close together and connect those with a curved line at the bottom. That'll be the stick for our creamsicle. So that's the first complete drawing. Now we're going to turn our paper a little bit any which way you want, going back to the main color, and we're going to draw another creamsicle in a different direction. So figure out which way you want your creamsicle to go, and then find an open space on your paper and draw an upside down U. And your U can even come and extend off of the page. In this case, if it doesn't, then just connect those 2 lines together, then come up toward the top, draw a curved line all the way down, and if you have some space on your paper, you can connect those 2 points. And then right in this middle section, draw 2 long ovals, and grab your tan color pastel and draw 2 straight lines coming off the bottom, and you can connect those. I'll show you on this brown paper underneath what it would look like if you could see all of my paper. And we're going to complete that step another time. This way you can turn your paper around, maybe even upside down, but this time we're going to intentionally make sure that our creamsicle is off the paper. So right along the edge of anywhere on your paper, begin to draw a U, except it's not going to be as long as the other ones because we only want to see a portion of it. Then come up to the top of that curved line and come around to the side. That'll be the side of our creamsicle. And then right in the middle of this big shape, you've got part of what was that oval shape in the other pieces. And then let's do one more creamsicle. And you can always do more if you want, but we're at least going to do one more. And again, same thing. This time we are going to choose anywhere on the paper. I'm going to make mine actually upside down this way. And draw a U shape. And then come up to the top. Curve that line down along the side. And then 2 ovals that extend off the page right in that middle shape. And then if you are running out of space, you can leave it as is, or if you have more blank space that you want to fill in another creamsicle, you can do that using the same steps. I'm going to put one in this area over here. There is our creamsicle drawings. Now we're going to go in and add some color. So using that same color that you've been drawing with, take it and I want you to color just this open space on the front of your creamsicle, except leaving those ovals white. So you're going to leave the side white and you're going to leave those ovals white. And then of course you're also going to leave the stick white. You can go ahead and color in all of your creamsicles with this one color. All right, now that you've got the main part of your creamsicle colored in, we're gonna come in with the lighter of your color, and now we're gonna fill in these ovals on each part along with the side of each creamsicle. So now we've got our creamsicles really colored with 2 colors, except they're not blended very well. And especially if you're using textured paper like I am, you're probably going to see a lot of white space in between your colors. So we're going to do a good job right now of going back in and blending this dark color with this light color and eliminating all the white space that's inside the creamsicle. We'll start with this centered popsicle that shows the whole piece. Right where the light piece meets the dark piece, we're going to press just a little bit harder and blend those 2 colors together, and we're going to go all the way around and overlap those colors. I'm coloring right over top of my darker orange. And you can begin to see that all of those little white dots inside of my creamsicle are now being eliminated. I'm pressing a little bit harder and filling in all of those gaps. And now my creamsicle is one solid color, but I want to bring in more variation to this creamsicle because it's kind of looking like one color. So this is where we're going to come in with our white, and we're going to highlight some areas. So you might be able to subtly see those 2 ovals that you originally had with your lighter color go in with your white, and you might have to press down a little bit. You're going to kind of make that oval shape with your white again. You're going to do it in that one spot and then again in the other. Just I'm going in an oval motion. And then right along the side, if you look close where your light color meets a little bit of a darker color, right where that meets, put in a white line right there. And then usually on a creamsicle, we've got white that's kind of seeping out from the bottom. So along the edge of your colored wavy line, add in this white along that bottom portion, right above where the stick is. You might go back and forth a few times. And And then once that's done, we're gonna go back in with our original color. So this is my darker orange. And right along where that oval is, I'm gonna add in a little bit of a darker shade on both bottom pieces of the oval. Just kind of a curved line on both sides. And then again, right in this corner area where the white kind of makes this backwards L shape. And then to finish it up, I'm gonna go in with my lighter orange and go right over very lightly on the edges of that darker orange, kind of blending it in with the white a little bit. And now we can move on to the stick. So with your tan oil pastel, fill in that sheet at the bottom of your creamsicle. And then take your brown and just along this right side, add in a little brown color, and then go back to your tan and go over the brown so that that brown kind of blends in with the tan, and go over your tan color to fill in any white space so that it's one solid color. So there's our first creamsicle. We're actually gonna come back in at the end and clean up those edges, but for now, we're gonna repeat those same coloring steps on all of these creamsicles. So I'll step you through it one more time on one of your creamsicles. With your lighter color, go in and go over your darker color, and you wanna fill in all of that white space. And once it's filled in, come back in with your white pastel, and right where you can see that subtle lighter oval line, again, go in with your white and make an oval shape in both spots. And then again, kind of where this lighter part meets the darker part, it might be a little bit hard to see, but just put a little subtle white line in there. And then again, you want to put white along the bottom of your creamsicle where that cream kind of drips out a little bit. And once you have that, and let's go back in with your main color, and right along the bottom of the oval, put in a curved line there, and same thing on the other oval, put in a curved line just at the bottom. And then right here where your white line meets this bottom white line, right in this corner here, add in some of that color that you have in your hand. And once you've got those highlights and that shading in there, go back to your lighter color and kind of go over those marks again, just a little bit to kind of blend them in together. And now we can finish up with the stick. So take your tan color and fill in this bottom shape. And once that's filled in, go in with your brown, make a subtle line right along the side, and then go back in with your tan, go over the brown and kind of blend that together a little bit. So now we're going to repeat those same steps that we just did with the coloring on the rest of your creamsicle. So you can go ahead and finish those, and then we'll come back together and we'll clean up our page just a little bit. Now that we have all of our creamsicles filled in, this is where we're going to come in with our colored pencil. So right along the edges, sometimes we've got not quite a smooth line, so we're actually going to use our pencil to smooth out and straighten up these creamsicle edges. So right along the edge of your creamsicle, choose the colored pencil that best matches what you already have on your paper. And then right along the edge, you're kind of just going to draw and follow that creamsicle line and smooth it out so it's not quite as bumpy. And then you can kind of come in with your colored pencil and even blend some of those colors together. And as you're working, you'll notice that you get a little bit of a buildup on there of oil pastel. So you can just use your paper towel and clean off the tip of your pencil and then keep working, just going around in this curved line all the way until the other side. And we're gonna do that on all of our creamsicles. And then lastly, did you know that an eraser can remove some of those oil pastel colors? So if you've got any extra pieces that kind of spread out along the white portion, you can use your eraser and erase those marks. And then you can also even go around the edge of your creamsicle. You can even clean up your creamsicle just using that eraser all the way around. And then with all these extra eraser crumbs, you can tip your paper up, kind of shake it, let most of them fall, and then whatever's left, just very gently, just remove those from your paper. I love the way these creamsicles turned out and how they're positioned all over the paper in different directions. You can leave it just as it is with a white background, or you can choose to grab another colored pastel and fill in all of that white space as your background to complete it. And then when you're finished, take a marker, a pen, or another pastel, and then initial or sign your name somewhere on that piece of paper. I hope you all enjoyed this drawing. I hope you'll join in again on the next art lesson and project. But until then, keep creating.